Thus far, the globalization we've seen has actually increased the Gini coefficient rather than actually reduced it. Poverty levels in some of the countries have actually not gone down. They've actually stayed more or less the same. In the US, workers without a high school diploma and above, their salaries have actually not gone up. It's actually been very, very stagnant. So inclusive globalization basically means that you need these group of people to actually come up the curve as well, and not just for the rich to get increasingly richer. I know that it's quite ironic coming from me because I'm from UBS Wealth Management. But I think on a medium to longer term basis, I think that's actually very, very important.
But what needs to happen in order for that to happen?
Well, I think the irony is that right now you have a communist basically saying we need free trade. And then you have the world's biggest democratic country saying, you know what, we want to become more protectionistic. Something is seriously wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Perhaps some of the terms got lost in translation or what, but the actual real thing is that you can't really stop it, because if you were to actually de-globalize, so to speak, global economic growth will be quite negatively affected.
So here's the irony, right? It's pretty clear that, the best case is, of course, the U.S. and what's happened with Trump about to become president. It's the people in the steel states that were most badly hurt by globalization, okay, who have now put him in power. The irony is, if and when he does come in, and maybe on his own, maybe not, comes out and enacts protectionist trade policies, that would, in effect, hurt the people who didn't vote for him and who have benefited from globalization.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the reason why we say that he's got to be very careful with what he wants to achieve where the trade policies are concerned. If you impose a 30 to 35% tariff on Mexican or Chinese products, what's likely to happen is that inflation in the US will shoot up because they don't produce a lot of the things that they actually buy these days. You walk into Walmart in the US, right, and 70 to 80% of the goods easily are actually either made in China or made in Mexico. Then what next? The average American who walks into Walmart will suddenly find that, hey, I have to pay 20 to 30% more for the products that I buy these days.